What's up guys, this video is going to be about Dvorah, specifically her first variation, Buzzed. Now Dvorah is a character that has a bad rep right now. A lot of people feel that she's extremely bad. She's not worth using. And while I do agree that she's not top tier, she definitely has dirt and her tricks that a lot of people are overlooking. And if you're not aware of what Dvorah does, she can easily random you out in a tournament. So getting into her tools, she has an amazing jump one. I think this is the best jump one in the game. It's got insane amount of reach. A lot of characters struggle answering this because it doesn't have a hurt box, and off of it you can go into 4 to 1 3, and which is an easy hit confirm, and then go into a combo ender of your choice, whether it be a restand or a setup or just damage ender. She has a great anti-air herself. This is actually one of the best anti-airs as well. And this move, if you're jumping at Dvorah and Dvorah knows that you want to go for a jump, this is definitely one of the best anti-airs in the game. Unless you're someone like Scorpion who can do like an air teleport or an air special, this move 9 out of 10 times, if you're waiting for your opponent to jump, will anti-air them. And the best part of all is it has a crushing blow with it also, and if you hit your opponent with the crushing blow, you get massive hit stun, you get a free jump 1, then you go again for combo ender of your choice. And if you look at that, that's 44%, which is a ton of damage. And if you have Fatal Blow on top of that, you can get over 60%, which is massive damage. So then your opponent knowing that you have Crushing Blow with Dvorah, they're going to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to jump at her because I could literally lose half of my life for jumping at her. And they're going to want to play grounded. And the best part is, once your opponent starts playing in a way that you're able to predict, that's what you want as Dvorah, because then it's going to be so much easier to set up her traps and predict what your opponent is going to want to do. Now looking at Dvorah's normals, she just has 422, which covers a lot of space. It's a good range normal. You can hit confirm it into her EX and then again go for ender of her choice. She has a good down 4. She's one of the few characters that is a 50-50 character with her back 3-4 and her forward 4. So this complements her setups, because Dvorah in this game, she is a setup and trap character, and she has many special moves to utilize that. She has this move, her air downward bug, which she plants a bug on the ground that then explodes and it goes up in the air. She has a puddle move which you can direct, and if they block this puddle move, they're plus 40, which means if they block this, you get a free 50-50 attempt. And if you're against someone who doesn't have a teleport or projectile, like let's say Jackie, doing things like this on the screen is going to actually be annoying to get around. Dvorah actually has underrated zoning if you don't have a teleport or a projectile of yourself. So she could do stuff like this. She could put air bugs out, put puddles, and then put more bugs, and then just be pretty annoying to get around. And her best move of all is this attack, her down 4-3, which lays down this bug that shoots out another bug. And it's a homing attack that'll follow them. It doesn't have too much range. You have to be close to use it. And if you hit Dvorah in the startup of this, or if she blocks an attack, it'll go away, but you have to be quickly. Because once the bug shoots out that other bug on the ground, there's no stopping it. And this move, in my opinion, is Dvorah's best move. This is what sets up everything. You do this move, you end like a combo and go into this. Let's say you do like a combo. You go into this. You pretty much get to do whatever you want, knockdown. You can go for 2 50-50s because they have to wait for the bug to come up as they're rising from the ground. And once they're sick of eating these overheads, they're going to start blocking high. And you want them to block high. You want to pester them and annoy them with these overheads. Once they start doing that, you can do stuff like put the low bug and then go into her low. And the cool thing is, off her low, she can get juggles off of it because it'll put them into the bug. And then you can go for decent combos with her. And you can even loop her traps by going into more bug setups and then just being completely annoying. You get this bug out, put this, put her air bug on the ground, put this, cycle that. You basically want to fill up the screen with a bunch of shit and have your opponent go like, what the hell is happening, while you're whittling their life away. Now, this move, while this is Dvorah's best move, the craziest thing you can do with this attack is when you enhance it, it shoots out 3 bugs, which is actually ridiculous in the corner, because when your opponent's in the corner, they can't back up. They have to deal with this move. So you EX this in the corner, and now instead of blocking 2 mix-ups, they have to block 3 potential mix-ups. And the best part of them all, I'll put my opponent on block. Once they're dealing with this crap, and they're blocking all these 50-50s and losing their life, not only is it a 50-50, but then Dvorah has this. She can put the bug out, grab you, and she's literally the only character in the game that can get a full combo off her grab. So once they start trying to block all this mess, you want to set up her EX1, going for a grab. Doesn't matter if they tech the throw. They could literally tech the throw, it won't matter. You go into a juggle, put another one out, do more 50-50s. You just want to be very annoying with Dvorah, because the way she plays is she's primarily a setup and trap character, so you got to utilize these moves. You can do this, set that, B+, go into that. You can get pretty creative with her. I think Dvorah is a really fun character to play. Like I said, I'm not saying she's topped or anything, but she's definitely being overlooked a bit. She's not as bad. In my opinion, Dvorah's biggest issues are she has a lot of hitbox issues where, you know, moves will whiff on certain characters, and hitbox are kind of counterproductive to her range. Like, for example, let's say I do this move. That move, the follow-up whiffs. Something like that. Or 2-1, 2-2, the follow-ups whiff. Things that are counterproductive to her range that she wants to be at, because she wants to be at these ranges. Even this move, which is her best range attack, this move will occasionally whiff. The second hit will whiff if you hit the max range with the first part, which sucks. And her stinger as well. You can see the follow-ups. If you clip them, the follow-ups whiff. And the worst part is this move, which is actually one of her best strings, that attack. If the opponent's ducking, some characters, not everybody, but you can see it always works on Jackie. This move always works on Jackie. It's a double mid into an overhead that's safe on block, -6. There's a floss block gap in there that you can do. But nonetheless, this is a good move to have. This move, on half of the cast, the overhead whiffs. She goes literally over their head and lands behind them and then gets comboed. So if NRS could fix a lot of these hitbox issues on many characters and make it so that when you're playing at her optimal range and you're hitting people with these attacks and things don't whiff like they do, Dvorah would be in a good spot. Dvorah is a character that's going to take time to see her potential, and because just of the nature of her being a trap character, if they could do that, then Dvorah would be so much better than she is right now. Because right now, the only thing holding her back, like I said, is all her hitbox issues. Her hitboxes are all over the place. You hit people from her max range where you want to be with, and then things just don't follow up and they whiff everywhere. But this is my take on Dvorah. Right now, I do consider her a low tier character, but she's definitely not as bad or garbage as people are making out to seem. She does have her tricks, and in the right hands, especially if she puts you in the corner, she has a lot of ways to open you up and steal damage from you.